It's that time. We're going to go over September's market update here in Lake Norman. Did it get better? Did it get worse? Is it slower? Is it faster? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Sean. We're here at Winston Dane at Keller Williams in Cornelius, North Carolina. Today we're going to go over the Lake Norman market update of all the towns around Lake Norman. So what we use is the SAM, the Statistical Analysis Model through the MLS here in our area. And we have multiple towns around the lake. So I'm going to be going like every other month. We're going to go on the east side of the lake and the west side of the lake. So I'm going to start with the east side first. So we have Huntersville, Cornelius, Davidson, Mooresville. And now I have all the criterias on all. So there's nothing, I can drill down for specific situations, but we're leaving it wide open. And so here is the chart. We're at 3 years, 12 months, monthly. It's a little bit more jagged. It gives you a little bit of understanding of what has happened every single month and on that. But I also like to look at the rolling 12 months because it kind of just shows you the trend of what's going on. Because some months, as you can see, really jumps up 1 month and it goes down another. But usually we can understand why through how interest rates are and things that have been going out. So within here, you can see right now Huntersville is year over year is down 37%. Cornelius is down 28%. Davidson is down 20%. And Mooresville is down 22%. But if you go month to month, it looks like if you look at the trend lines in some of the towns is not as drastic of as a dip as it was earlier in this year, as like in March. And that's when we got a new interest rate pop. Now we are in our, right now we have a seasonal slowdown as well because of holidays, weather's changing, back to school, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to naturally slow down as well. And we'll see prices have kind of leveled off, but we'll get to that in a second. Just real quick, if you like these, please, like the video, share it with someone, hit subscribe because I'm going to be doing these every month. So you'll be informed when I have another one coming out. Okay. So right here, as you can see, Mooresville's kind of flattened out a little bit. Huntersville is still kind of on a downward trend. And then you got Cornelius and you got Davidson, which is kind of flattened out a little bit. So that's nice. So let's go on the west side, new listings. So on the west side, we have Denver, we have Stanley, we have Sherrills Ford, and we have Terrell along that whole west side up there. Now, if you look at that, you got Denver, which is a little bit more populated over on that side. It's only down 4.4% with 852, which is really curious because when you look at 852, I mean, that's a little bit more than what Cornelius did in volume for new listings. That's really interesting. Because the west side is a little bit not as developed, not as many amenities, a little bit more area to look on land and a more opportunity for lots and stuff like that on that side. But you can see here, there almost looks like a little bit of an uptick. Denver went from 840 to 852 month over month. So that's interesting. So your money goes a little bit further on that side. So maybe people are opting on the west side a little bit more because of that. I mean, even down here, you look there, Sherrills Ford went down a little bit, but now it looks like there's a little an uptick. So very curious. Still been watching really tight because I've had clients ask more and more about, on the west side versus east side and things of that nature and what's coming up in development and stuff like that. It's a little bit slower in development. Things are happening, and there is restaurants. There are things that are just not as much as the east side. Now, the east side has 77, which it is a toll road. They get you right into Charlotte, really easy access to get to the airport. Well, on the west side, you actually have 16, and 16 can get you down to the airport and to Charlotte pretty much the same amount of time. But also, what's nice that you're on the west side, you could get to the mountains a little bit easier from the west side than the east side, if the mountains are a focus for you. So, all right, let's go to homes for sale. All right, so you can see, homes are kind of sitting a little bit longer over here. So you see Denver is actually increased by 20% year over year. Charles Ford's up 50% year over year. Stanley's 9.4% and Terrell's 20%. So you can see that inventory is sitting a little bit longer. All right, let's look at the east side, homes for sale. And all right, so we actually kind of have a little bit of a downtick on some, and then some are just kind of flattened out. So Huntersville is actually down 12% on homes for sale. Cornelius is up 16%, Davidson's up 34%, and Mooresville is up 10%. That's very curious. So, and then you month over month, I mean, not much of a change there from month to month. All right, pending sales. All right, so we got Huntersville down 35% year over year. Cornelius is down 29%, Davidson's down 17%, Mooresville is down 19%. But again, some of them looks like there's a little decrease, but it's slowing down. Actually, it looks like Mooresville is kind of flattened out a little bit from month to month. Not that big of a change. Pending sales on the west side. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, so Denver actually is increased, which, I mean, it's got a little bit more inventory to play with. So, and we'll look at the prices over there too. I think they've gone down a little bit, so it's made it a little more favorable over there. So we got a little bit more pending sales. Everywhere else here looks pretty month to month have increased or pretty flat. Terrell's flat. Stanley's increased. Charles Ford's increased. And Denver's increased month over month. All right, closed sales. Look at here. All right, so closed sales on the west side. Denver is actually down year over year. Charles Ford is up year over year. Stanley's down 22%, and Terrell's down 3.8%. But month over month, it looks like, again, some of them are flat, some of them a little down, and then some are a little up. All right, so let's see what the east side looks like. Closed sales. Wow, okay. Well, I mean, Huntersville has definitely gone down in their pending sales. So Huntersville is down 31%. Cornelius is down 28%. Davidson's down 22%. Mooresville is down 21% year over year. And then definitely a slowdown. Not heavy in some of the towns, but a little heavier, especially in Huntersville. Days on market. We'll see how long these have been sitting. All right. Now there is the medium and then average, so we're going to look at both. But you could see these are definitely sitting longer than when it was really hot in the market. At 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Now on the medium is 9 days in Huntersville, 9 in Cornelius, 12 in Davidson, and 15 in Mooresville. So let's take a look. What's the average say? Oh, wow. Okay, so average is up 30 days, Huntersville and Cornelius, 45 in Davidson, and 38 in Mooresville, which that is an uptick in Huntersville by 87% year over year. Cornelius is up 100%. Davidson's up to 87%, and Mooresville is up 65%. And then you look here, the average when it was really hot, 14 days, 13 days. Yeah, very, very, very interesting. All right, so let's look at on the other side, days on market. All right, so I mean, it's definitely even on the medium, it is more, but Denver is up 166% year over year. Cheryl's Ford's up 342% longer on days on market. Stanley's 83% and Terrell is 181%. Now, just remember, Stanley and Terrell are very small population, so it's not a lot to play with. But I mean, in this situation, we're looking at 31 units in Cheryl's Ford. So, yeah, take that a grain of salt. Here's average. Average is 73% up in Denver, 31 in Cheryl's Ford, up 112 in Stanley, and up 50% in Terrell. So that is definitely. And then just year over year, sorry, I just got a phone call coming in, so these are live. So you got definitely been sitting longer on the market. So demand is slowing down, as you can see. All right. Month supply. All right, so month supply, Denver year over year is up 62%. Cheryl's Ford is up 57%. Stanley's up 46%, and Terrell's up 23%. But month over month, it's actually not that much of a change. If anything, it's gone up a little bit, which is good. But remember, month supply, 1 month to 6 months is a seller's market. A little closer to 1 month, the hotter the market is. And month supply is, if everything stopped, how long it would take for all inventory to be absorbed by the market. So if you're close to 1 or below 1, where we used to be a year and a half ago to 2 years ago, when it was really red hot, inventory and month supply was down less than a month. So looking at 4 months to even 3 months is a lot higher, is a lot better, is a lot more stuff to work with. Okay, so this is on the west side of the lake. So let's look at month supply on the east side. All right, so as you can see, east side, things are the market absorbing quicker these homes on the east side than they are on the west side. So Huntersville is up 18% year over year. Cornelius is up 54% year over year. Davidson 62%. Mooresville is 46%. So things, it looks like Huntersville things are being absorbed quicker than the others, but we're still at 1.3 months. That's still a very, very strong seller's market. So when people go, Sean, is it a good time to sell? Yeah, we're still very, very strong seller's market. It just comes down to, are you priced right? Are you in good condition? And are you in a good location? If you're able to hit those three things, I see homes sold with multiple offers over in a day. Things that are, some sellers have a little more aspirational pricing still, and maybe it's just not as good of condition, or maybe it's just not in the best location. It will sit a little bit longer if it doesn't meet one of those three criteria. So that's one of the things that we come out and do and help and really analyze your home. Maybe this is not the best time for what you are looking for to get out of your house, or maybe we need to do a little bit of work to the house. Maybe we need to do a little adjustment on the price to get that sold and get you the best absolute deal for what the market is. But still, it's still a good time to sell. So here it just kind of flattened out month over month in supply. So, but on the east side, we're still very strong. All right, here's the sell prices. Ooh, we got an uptick. Look at that. We got an uptick. All right. Yeah, it's been flat. If you saw last month, it was pretty flat month over month. And then it looks like Davidson got a nice little pop right there. So year over year, Huntersville is up 11%. Cornelius is up 6.6%. Davidson's up 8.7%. And Mooresville is up 5%. So you could see the prices have gone. So here's, back in January of 2020, you see March 2020 is when COVID hit. And then you could see it just about right here is where July hit, and then the prices just started going up. And then we're into 2021. still going up. Got right here, December 2020, 21. And then we just got a little bit of a pump, and then this went right back up again. And then right about, let's see, right about here is when, interest rates started making its toll. But we still, because of low inventory, super low inventory, is kept prices in line. And then of course with the interest rates is taking the demand out. So we still have demand, but really low interest rates. So it's still kind of pushing those prices up, but it's slowed way down. So that's why this is a wonderful time to buy, because with higher interest rates, that means less competition, less multiple offers, less people trying to get this low inventory. So it's made the prices slow down, which is kind of, again, natural to this time of the year. People are not in the market as much. So as we say, at the end of the year, you got more serious buyers because they have to buy. It could be a relocation, someone maybe possibly passed away, or there's some situations that a divorce or a baby, or those things you must do. Well, the thing is right now, with the prices the way they are, it's a wonderful time to be looking. And I know with the way the interest rates are, lenders have really jumped in and helped out with temporary buy downs and stuff like that, which we've talked in other videos with Guild and Matt Doyle and stuff like that. So if you have questions, just ask me or Matt. They can kind of go into that. But the thing is that if you could get in here, and you'll find there's more inventory than it has been. It's a great time to look, because if interest rates come down, praying interest rates could come down into next year. Lower interest rates means more people coming in with low inventory, and then you have that high demand, then that's going to push prices up faster. So this is definitely a great time to look to buy as well, the way things are. If you're priced right, good condition, and great condition, great time to sell. So we have a little bit of this, great time for both sides to kind of take advantage of it. Again, we could always talk nothing, to see if this is the right time for you in your situation. And if it's not right now, no problem. We could put a plan together. So, all right, so that's what we're doing, looking at on that. So that's the medium price. Let's look at average. All right, so average here on the east side, Huntersville is up 8%, Cornelius is up 4%, Davidson's up 11%, Mooresville's up 10%. Here's a little bit of the month over month. So as an average, Cornelius has gone down in price. Davidson's gone up a little bit. Mooresville, Huntersville has flattened out a little bit. So, it is something to look at, because if you're looking, let's look at, when the market starts really going, that's that, April, May, June. Look how much, with higher interest rates, look how this upticks and faster the prices have gone than versus here, where they kind of flattened out a little bit. So again, just a great evidence why right now is a good time to look to buy. All right, here's the west side, medium. Woo! Look at that! Wow. Okay, so you can see here. That looks like Terrell. Terrell had not a good couple months there, but here at the end. So on medium sales price, Denver is up 7%. Sherrills Ford's up 13%. That's crazy. That is a big jump. Stanley is up 2%, and then Terrell is down 47% year over year. Now, again, Terrell's a smaller area, so it's possibly just, not that many options of sales goes. So just one sale, 1 month it had a couple $1 million sales, and then 1 month had a couple 250 or 300,000. So that can make the prices kind of jump around. All right. So, but let's look at the average. All right. So the average is kind of smooth things out a little bit. So Denver average price is up 13%. Cheryl's Ford is down 22%. Stanley is up 3.5%, and Terrell is down 33%. So going to month over month, I mean, Denver had an uptick. It looks like Terrell came up a little bit. Stanley, just about flat. And then Cheryl's Ford, it just looks like it just had a little bit of uptick. So there's a little bit of just a visual of what that looks right there. I'm just curious what it looks like on the monthly. Oh yeah, see how each month there's just a big difference in prices throughout here. September, August, July, June. All right, so give you a little idea on that. All right, so I love looking at the percentage of original price. And the reason why I like looking at this, it kind of give you an idea. So if you look at our numbers, and I'm looking at my board here, so we compared what we do here at Winston Dane and how we work with our sellers. So on the MLS, days on market on MLS average is 43 days. Winston Dane and our clients, we're at 39 days. So we are getting things sold faster, but also percentage of list price, the MLS right now is at 95.9%. So if you put your home at a price, the MLS and all the agents on MLS, they're averaging 95.9% of that price. Winston Dane here now, we're at 101%. So we're at a little bit over on that. And the reason is because we go and work with you to make sure we price it right. Because again, the three things that get your home sold fast with a good price is one, is priced right, two, good condition, three, good location. So those are the things that factors making sure you get it sold quickly and you get the top price for what the market is bearing. So I love looking at this because I can see where the market is and what everyone in the area of Lake Norman is right now selling at the percentage. So here is on the west side, we got Denver, Cheryl's Ford, Stanley, and Terrell. In September, Denver is down 2%. Cheryl's Ford's 2.3% down. Stanley's down 2.7%, and Terrell is 2.4%. So, we got Denver is at 98%, Cheryl's Ford 97%, Stanley's 97%, and Terrell's 96%. So this is telling me they are still overpricing these properties. They're just a little bit too aspirational. You want to be as close to 100%. I mean, of course, everyone wants to have over asking. And typically, the only way you're going to get over asking is when you have multiple offers. And there's certain strategies to get that. And some homeowners are willing to take that risk to do that type of strategy, and some rather not. So it's something you got to work with on both sides and how the market is telling you what strategies do work and not work at this time. But when you're at 98, 96% below your list price, that's got to tell you something. All right, so let's go over here on the east side. All right, on the east side, percentage of original price. All right, so we are a little bit closer to the 100%. Huntersville is down 1.8%. Cornelius is down 2.2%. Davidson's down 1.1%. Mooresville's 2.9% down. So Huntersville's at 99.3 of asking. Cornelius is 97.8. Davidson's 99.1, and Mooresville is 97.1. So definitely a lot better, closer to that 100%. 100% is right at this line. But when the market was hot, you see this. Look at that, 102. So it doesn't take much. I mean, just one little percent. I mean, when the market was really, really red hot, multiple offers. I mean, we had one home that had 15 offers, and all that. I mean, we're looking at 102%. I mean, I think we had over 109% over asking. So but that just shows you, how much over we were at when it was red hot. So here, let's check out when we were in a typical before COVID. That's 2019. So this is what we kind of consider a normal market before COVID hit. So even back then, you were at 98%, 97%, 96%. Back here. Now, if we go 10 years back, look at that 2013, 14. That was way below asking back then. And 100% line is up here. So 2019, so we're at 97%, 96%. So, and then you got COVID hit about March of 2020, and then then we were in lockdown, and then April, May, July, August, and we just upticked from there. November, December, January, February, March, April, and then right when we got right about August, it just went nutty. And now we're on this downturn. Now, when the pendulum is swung so heavy on one side, as it did here on how it went way over, well, now it's swinging the other way to offset that to get us back to this normal market. So even though with the rates, inflation, and everything is all going on with that, this is just how the market is reacting. And as they say, there's no bad strategy, there's no bad market, just bad strategy. So, right now there is opportunities out there. And there is ways to, if you are looking to make a move, you have to, or you're making whatever situation, there are homes. There is opportunities out there. If you need to sell, this still is a very good time to sell. We're still in a seller's market. So just reach out. If you have any questions, we can put a plan together. And I look forward to working with you. If you have any questions on any of the numbers or anything I just went over, let me know. If you need to speak to a lender or someone about maybe a temporary buy down, they have different programs. They have free refinancing, things that could give you more options and ideas of how all that works. If you're just looking for information, that's okay. We are here to help advise you and get you the information to make the best decision for yourself and your family. I look forward to helping out. I look forward to talking to you all, and look forward to the next month and go over the numbers, and hopefully maybe we get better. Hopefully we don't get worse. And I hope you guys have wonderful holidays, and we're going to get to Halloween soon. So have a great one. Bye-bye.